Are these AI companies the electric vehicle investments that we had available to us in 2019 and 2020? Is there a Tesla out there? Is that what OpenAI is? Is there an opportunity to invest in it? Well, that's really controlled by Microsoft. I don't think you're going to see that explode, and I don't think you're going to see BART explode to match the performance of Tesla of 2018, 19, and 20. So where are we going to find that? Well, are you aware of Essential AI? Or how about Anthotics AI? Are you aware of that? It's being founded by three former employees of Google. Or how about Humane AI? Are you familiar with that one? Or Cohere? Or Character AI? Or Adapt AI Labs? Or what about Lang Chain? These are all companies that are in AI that have recognized that there are some applications that don't want this AI that is being presented by Microsoft and Google. So how are we going to figure out which ones we are going to invest in, and how are we going to invest in them? That's the challenge I've created for myself, and I want to share with you what I've found thus far.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Let's assume just for a second that you are the manager of the customer service division of AT&T. And you just got an order from your CEO that we need to change our customer service department to an AI chat robot. Okay, so where do I go from there? Do I go to Microsoft and say, we want to import ChatGPT into our works? Well, wait a second. That's a database that is built on whatever Microsoft Azure has created. So do you go to Google, who potentially is going to give you the database that they get from Google search? Well, do you really want your customer service people to be knowledgeable, your computer, your chat, your robot, to be knowledgeable of the political situation that we're in, or the situation, the fake news that's on? Do you really want your new customer service chat department exposed to that kind of information? I don't think so. So are there any sources that I could go to that for my AT&T customer service that is only knowledgeable of our AT&T culture, and they know our code of ethics, they know our policy manuals. Their knowledge is limited to what we want our customers to be exposed to when they're talking with our robots. Okay, so where do you go for that? Ha ha! So maybe, just like the restaurant business, there's fast food service for the consumer base, and then there's white tablecloth maybe for some element of business, and then maybe there's gourmet restaurant for a very specialized business. Well, where do I go to get that? Well, that's where we're going to talk about Essential, and we're going to talk about Anthrotic and Humane and Cohere, and maybe not Character AI, as I understand that, but Adapt AI certainly. So what I'm saying to you is, you as an investor have to be, if you want to play in this space, you have to be knowledgeable what is happening. So what I've done is I've created my spreadsheet to build a knowledge base of who's in this game. Now, most of them in the game you can't invest in. They're startups. But let me give you the Excel spreadsheet that I've created and give you some insight as to who they are. And I'll put a link in the description so you can get a copy of this spreadsheet, put it on your Excel program, and then as we learn more and I share mine, you can update yours. So here's take a look at it. You know about OpenAI. That was started by Sam Altman, and Microsoft has put $10 billion, and Microsoft is incorporating it into their Bing search. So we got to call that a consumer-based AI. Then I want you to be aware of Essential. Essential was founded by two Google employees, and as you can see, they have had $500 million invested in them, basically from Thrice Capital. It's going to be more of what AT&T is looking for. In other words, AT&T plugs its data in, and then Essential uses that data to educate the bots that they're going to use in their customer service department. So that's interesting. Again, it's a angel investor. You can't get to it. Anthrotics has a system called Claude. I've looked into this. It was founded by two OpenAI individuals. It's funded by Google. Yeah, $300 million, and it's designed for startups. So again, this would be a business application. I'm going to tell you in a subsequent video how you can invest in Anthrotics. Then you've got Humane. Humane is started by two Apple employees, and what they are going, and they've gotten about $100 million of investment so far, and what they're going to invest in, and they just did a TED Talk, which you can watch, that it's an AI-powered wearables. And their first product is a camera with a microphone that becomes your virtual or personal assistant. So you want to go to TED Talks and find the talk on Humane. Then you have Cohere. Cohere is also started by three individuals. I don't know their backgrounds. They've received $250 million of startup. And again, they're adapting AI to business use. Character AI is started by two former Google employees, and they have received about $150 million. And this is consumer conversations. I would assume this might be something that you could plug in to your email and thus create a line or a thread for email. And it would learn who your email people are, who you would communicate with, and would help you write emails and things of that nature. Now, that would also have a business application as well. Then you have Adapt AI Labs. This was started by two people who are from both. This are David Lawn. He actually worked for Google, and before he worked for Google, he worked for OpenAI. And so they have been funded for about $350 million from General Catalyst and Spark Capital. This is going to be consumer task using other apps. In other words, you have an app and you say to it, do this for me, and figure out how to do this, and they will incorporate possibly Google Sheets or your email or things of that nature. So they're going to adapt their AI to whatever your needs are and however you want to use it. I see this both consumer and business. And then you got Lang Chain, started by Harrison Chase. I couldn't find much history other than he's a Harvard graduate. They're being funded by several places, and Sequoia Capital just added that and brought their fundraising up to $25 million. And it's an open source. So what that means to me is that if you're a techie and you're a geekhead, you could go in and adapt their open AI and create an application for the app that you are creating. And it's interaction and using the open language source. So what I've learned from this is when we talk about AI, I think up until just recently, I thought of Microsoft's use of it on Bing and Google's use of it on Google Search and its various applications, such as Gmail and that. But I never really thought that maybe I don't want, if I'm a corporation, I don't want them to know that language. In other words, if I'm Walmart and I want to adapt OpenAI to some element of my business, I don't want that AI to know about politics. I don't want it to know about some applications that aren't appropriate for communicating with my customers, okay? And so these other companies are going to find a niche. Our challenge is to find the one or ones that we can invest in and take advantage of the scope of the niche that they find. So, is there a Tesla in here? I don't know. Is there a Google or a Apple of 1990? I don't know, but I suspect there is, because this is new technology that is going to be applied to the data that we've achieved over the last 40 years, and it's going to change our world. So it's important that we understand these nuances around OpenAI and then understand how we can participate in it as investors. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. What I really enjoy is digging in and saying, I know that 95% of the world has not even given a thought beyond ChatGPT and Bard. They don't know anything about Claude. They don't know anything about Humane or Cohere or Character AI or Adapt Labs or LangChain. They don't know anything about it. So if I do and you do, and if you help me figure it out and become a part of our tribe and we work together, maybe we can find another Tesla in here. I know how you can invest in Anthropic and get your on a first name basis with Claude. I'll talk to you about that later this week.